Hello, this is Monday, December 9th, and welcome to Vlogmas Week 2. I posted, it is actually the afternoon, it's like 6 p.m. And I posted my first Vlogmas Week 1 video earlier this afternoon. It took me a long time to edit. I will admit, editing on my iPad is fine for the most part, but trying to put multiple clips in and also add music, hopefully it's okay. Found some music. I liked the way it sounded, but it was very difficult getting it, adding it in the right places. Anyway, so that took a bit longer than I expected. And so yeah, I only got that one up this afternoon, but I guess I also started a week ago today. So this is kind of okay because I was only planning to to post once a week. So I guess hopefully I can sort myself out and post next Monday as well. I don't think I didn't film that much towards the end of last week. Life got quite chaotic. We had our housewarming, which went very well and everyone looked lovely and Christmassy. And then we just sort of had a pretty busy weekend, went for a walk with some friends, had a different friend's sort of birthday party. Then we made dinner for my grandparents on Sunday. So it was all very lovely, albeit quite busy. So I think I took a small amount of footage here and there, and I think I will have included that. And I think, yeah, I included that in the end of the last video. But for this one, yeah, starting fresh again, and we've got another week coming up. I don't exactly 100% know what we've got going on this week, but one thing I do know is we're going to an outdoor screening of The Holiday tomorrow. So there's a rooftop cinema, I assume that's about a 10-minute drive from our place, and we are going to check that out. So I will definitely be taking my knitting, and I will hopefully manage to film a little bit. And yeah, so I guess that was sort of a recap. Oh, the other thing we did last week was watch the new, I think, Christmas movie with Lindsay Lohan. And the male actor is Ezra from Pretty Little Liars, but I don't actually know his real name, I don't know his real name or his name in the movie. And I watched it because it came up on my Netflix, and also because I saw a few other people have watched it, and yeah, it was pretty bad. But we were tired. It was the middle of the afternoon, so we put it on. I think Ben went to sleep, and I just knitted away. So I wanted to give a quick update on the knits that I'm working on at the moment. I imagine I will still be working on them at the end of this week, but I have made significant progress. So this is my Celine sweater, and look at how much body I have. Oh my gosh. I've been just powering through this one. So I worked out I need 5 centimeters from that marker, and we're about a centimeter since I put the marker in, and it's a little bee, which I love because I've got a bee, and then I have a bunch of hexagon, well, that's going to show you terribly, little hexagons that it came with, and so it's like a themed stitch marker. And so yeah, once I've got 5 centimeters on that, I will be doing a split hem, but I've been sort of powering through that because I didn't want to work on, until yesterday, my April cardigan. And I was powering through my Celine sweater at my grandparents' house yesterday after putting dinner on, and then I ran out of yarn and I hadn't taken any extra yarn. So I think I'm glad I then jumped onto the ribbing of here. So that's where the ribbing starts with my little umbrella. And I think I need 10 centimeters. So I've done a bit, what's that, 2-3 centimeters? I do have measuring tape. What have I got? Oh, huge. 3.5 centimeters, I reckon. Not mad about it. So yeah, I'm now a bit more in the rhythm here, so I reckon I can power through on this one. But yeah, all very exciting for these two, which I am actually, now I'm concerned about what I'm going to take to the cinema, because ribbing's a bit hard. I guess I'll be working on something else. So those are my two main whips, I reckon, that I'm working on at the moment, because I finished my Leon sweater and I just sort of haven't been doing any of the others. Oh, there's my socks. I will find my socks and I will show you in a future video. The other creative thing I've been doing, and I did film a little bit of this, and these are maybe not my best examples, but I saw a TikTok video where this woman had a bunch of paint samples and hers already had like diagonal diagonal tops, whereas I have cut mine and then used a white paint pen to add some like little house-esque things. Anyway, I've done a bunch and they're on the window. I've got a bit of footage, but I might do a bit of rearranging. But yeah, I'm gonna put all these up on the windows, on like, because we have sort of some windows behind our like sink, so you can see them, because I think they're very cute. So yeah, there's 6 more I guess, but we went to Bunnings and we picked a bunch of colors, and so I have plenty more I can do, so we will see. But yeah, that's the other little creative thing I've been doing. Other than that, just sort of been pottering around, trying to keep the house tidy, trying to do all the laundry, all that fun stuff. And I think this week will just be sort of, what else do we have? I guess my parents are coming from Canberra for the weekend, so they'll be here. My sister is graduating, very exciting. So we'll have, I think that'll be nice, we'll have a very her-centric weekend, so we'll do that. And then I've been working on, we do a family Kris Kringle, so everyone who's attending our family Christmas on Christmas Day, you like, if you want to, you assign a person and you can make or buy them something. And I am in the middle of trying to organize the thing that I'm trying to make, so I'm gonna, you know, keep a bit mum about that. But yeah, I will, yeah, if I get a chance, I will show you what it's like. And yeah, so that's mostly what I've been working on, mostly what I've been doing, what's coming up. But yeah, other than that, I think we will be hopefully just trying to get some exercise in, because that is something that sort of fell by the wayside a bit last week, other than a bit of my cycling to and from going sailing. I sort of didn't do much else. So yeah, that's my plan. I realized I say so yeah 800,000 times a day. I guess that's something I'll have to work on. I will hopefully film a little bit of B-roll, and otherwise I will see you in the next clip. Hello, it is Wednesday lunchtime, and in fact I do have to go back to work after, like, immediately post filming this, but I just wanted to jump in and just sort of give a bit of an update. I completely skipped any sort of like chatty filming yesterday. I took a bit of footage of stuff that we were doing, like we went to an outdoor cinema, and I will talk about that in a second, but I just ended up having a massive day. Like I was in the office for hours, and then I got home and we immediately went to have dinner with some friends and then to the outdoor cinema, and then by the time we got home after that it was like 11:30 and we went straight to bed. So there was actually not as much knitting as I kind of would have hoped yesterday, partly because we went to the cinema. It was so much colder than I was expecting. Melbourne has been pretty warm recently. As you can tell, I'm in a t-shirt, very wrinkled t-shirt, and we took sweaters. Actually, I want to show you. So I took my Monday sweater, which is very vibey. It's very hacked, but I've talked about that in a previous podcast. Ooh. But I took this, I wore this, and then the really exciting part, I might have just put, whatever, I might have put this on backwards, that part's irrelevant. I had my scarf, which I wrapped around to keep me a bit warm, and it's like a matching set. I felt very cool. Unfortunately, I really could have used my puffer jacket, like it was that cold. And so yeah, no, it was a lovely sort of, it was really cool. We watched The Holiday. I took a little bit of footage. At one point there was fireworks unrelated to the movie, so that was cool. And yeah, so I tried to do a bit of knitting, but mostly I just got so cold that I had to stop because my hands were so cold. But what I did do, managed to get to, is I am now working on the toe of the first sock. So this is huge because, as I've mentioned, I need to knit. These are not a Christmas present, but I am knitting a sock. I've got it wrapped around. I'm knitting a sock Christmas present, and I needed my needles. So as soon as I moved these onto my super long magic loop, I probably moved them on a bit earlier than I would normally. I have cast on the first, and I have literally cast on and done one round of the Perfect socks. So these are from my dad, who I hopefully won't watch this. And I'm just doing a 2x2 rib. I feel like put my face in it. I'm sorry. 2x2 rib, and I did a alternating long tail German twisted cast on. So I did 2 long tails and then 2 German twisted and then alternated for the 2 knits 2 purls. So yeah, I'll be moving on to working quite a lot on this, although my parents are coming this weekend, and so I probably, not that he would notice, but I probably won't work on this while he's here, just in case he clicks. But I need to the main thing I need to find out is how long his feet are, because I actually don't know. So I need to ask my mum about that. The other thing I took with me is this one, the Celine sweater, and I actually just didn't work on this at all, but I tried it on this morning, and then I realized I've done something super weird. I kind of went a bit YOLO with my stitch counts. So it's just looking amazing, and I'm probably, 4 rows from doing the ribbing, I reckon. But for some reason because I changed the stitch counts up, I don't know, I was in a mood, and I moved some of them into raglan. Can you see that? They're like here, raglan increases there, and on the front as well. But I apparently just decided to only do a small number, and so I have 10 or 12 less stitches than the pattern recommends for my size. So it's just going to be a little bit tighter, which I think is okay. Like, I tried it on this morning and it is just divine. And I'm very excited about finishing it. So I think it will be okay. I didn't want to have part of the reason was I didn't want to have any more increases along here, because I didn't want the sleeves to get, I wanted the sleeve to be quite smooth, and I've seen sort of a fair few versions where there's a bit of a hump. So I was trying to mitigate that as much as I could. But yeah, it's meant that I've sort of gone down a size. But I think hopefully it'll block a little bit looser. But that one is just going great. And yeah, now I have this absolute disaster area because I'm right at the end of one of my mohairs. And it's just, I've switched the other mohair, like that one ran out first and now this one. But we're in chaos mode. So I need to get through that. But those are the main things that I've been doing recently. And then I wanted to film now because I'm going to film some B-roll this afternoon, because with my work, my team and I are doing a social activity, I guess, it's a remote team in that we're in 2 different places. So there are some people in Sydney and I'm in Melbourne with some other people. And so we've ordered, a group ordered and sent individually a little gingerbread house. So we will be assembling and decorating them this afternoon, which I'm very excited about, because that will be just fun, just casual and fun, and means I don't have to think all afternoon, which is definitely a good thing. So yeah, other than that, I've got a few other projects around and about, but none with any real progress. So yeah, I will, I'm sure I'll jump on later. Hello, I'm coming to you much more dressed up than normal, I would say. And it's also been days. I think the last day I filmed was Wednesday, which was nice, but then we ended up getting very busy for the rest of the week because it is now Sunday. So Wednesday afternoon, I rode down to the beach and met up with some friends, and we went for a swim, which is something they do quite often, but I have never joined them. But that was really nice. Then Thursday, I was working. Oh no, the other thing I did Wednesday is I had a team gingerbread house decorating event. So we had gingerbread houses and we all decorated them. We're a mostly remote team, so everyone was at their home doing their own thing, but it was really cute. So I think I have a picture or some footage of my gingerbread house, which is nice. And then Thursday we had some friends over for dinner, which was lovely, but it just meant that I didn't have much time to film, and we were sort of trying to make dinner and have a tidy house. Friday my parents came, so they're staying with us this weekend, which is lovely, but again means that we've been doing lots of stuff because this weekend is my sister's graduation. So we were doing lots of yesterday we were doing lots of Christmassy things, getting ourselves ready, and then today they're actually currently at her graduation and I am here. And we're going to go, because we're meeting them for lunch in about half an hour or an hour. So I need to wrap this up and then we'll have to go. But yeah, no, it's been really lovely. It's been really lovely. Just sort of doing lots of things. Yeah, getting all ready for Christmas and just spending time together. But it does mean that I've done a few different things. We were at my cousin's house for dinner last night and I made Yorkshire puddings, which I have never made before, but we wanted to practice them because we might make them on Christmas Day. We don't normally do a classic Christmas lunch, but I think we're going to do this one this year, so that's one of the things I'm going to contribute, is making some Yorkshire puddings, which went way better than I was expecting for the first go. And so yeah, that was pretty fun. I think I have some footage of that. But I just wanted to give a quick update on how I'm going with my knitting. I have been quite secretly working on this sock. Oh yeah, so actually, let's go start with these socks. So I completely finished one of Ben's socks. So he's still got safety pins in there just so I can double check with the other one. But that one's that's done, like ends weaved in and everything. Oh yeah, this end is even woven in too. Yeah, so I weave in my ends, but I'll trim them after I block. The second sock for him, about halfway through the foot. So that is good too, but I've sort of completely paused on his socks at the moment while I'm working on my dad's, which are for Christmas for him. So this is a self-striping Regia sock yarn. I think it looks really cool. So yeah, I started with about 20 rows of ribbing, and then the yarn just does this itself. And I don't quite know when you're meant to move to the heel flap. Like I threw away the ball band because I'm a real clever clogs. But it does look to me like, I guess I've got this sort of stripe here and then it's gone back to this stuff. So if it was going to repeat this bit, I don't think it would have gone back. So I think I'm doing it in the right place. So that's about 60 rows, 60 row leg. And then my heel flap is doing something a bit different. So similar-ish to Ben's, I'm doing a 39 stitch heel flap, this is a 68 stitch sock. And the reason I'm doing 39 stitches is because I liked the 38 stitches was good because it means that the heel flap comes around a bit further, which I liked. And then the odd number of stitches. So I'm doing 3 edge stitches. Oh, I don't know if this is going to come through at all. So 3 edge stitches. Why don't you go in front of my face so you can focus? So yeah, those are the edge stitches there. But then I wanted to start and end on my heel flap with a slipped stitch. So I do the 3 edge stitches. So I knit 3, then I slip 1, knit 1, repeat till there are 4 stitches left, then slip 1, and then knit 3 at the end. And on the way back I knit 3, purl till there are 3 remaining, knit 3. So it's looking pretty groovy, and I am impressed with how much. So we were driving around yesterday without my dad because he was helping my sister with a secret project, and so I did this while Mum, Ben and I were going around sorting out Christmas presents for him and my sister and my brother and that kind of thing. And then I managed to do a little bit in the car on the way home yesterday, and then I'm just doing the heel flap now. So this is only 1 sock, but hopefully I will have definitely 1 to give him. Ideally I'll have 2, but I have to see how much more I can get done on that. So yeah, that's one of the things. And then the other thing, I've basically been focusing on these 2, partly because I don't have that many 3.5mm needles. So this is my April cardigan, which I'm sure I've shown you. Oh yeah, I've shown you repeatedly. And I am just plugging away at the ribbing. Oh. So that's the amount of ribbing that I have done so far. And I need to do 10 centimeters. So I'm just going back and forth on this one. But the thing is, my other sweater that is sort of nearly done, well, the body's nearly done, it will need these needles. So there's no point in me working on anything other than this one until I get this done. But it's so soft and cozy, which I talk about repeatedly. But while we're here, let me just grab something. 1 second. All right, this is a secret edition. This is my mum's sweater. So my mum is currently at my sister's graduation, so she's obviously not knitting on this, but she's been killing it. So this is the Lauder sweater by the Crea Bear, but we have replaced, but it's hacked. So the Crea Bear has one is a 4-stitch cable, and then I think it's a 6-stitch braid. So it's a bit different. And we've switched it to a 6-stitch cable and a 4-stitch just sort of stockinette section to get what looks quite a lot like those classic, what is the name of it? Like Ralph Lauren jumpers. And so I think it looks great. So she's finished the body. And she's, most of the way through this sleeve. Oh, got a stabby cable just here. And it's just looking so cool. It's been a really interesting challenge. So I do the hack for her. So I take the instructions and I help her work out what she needs to change to make it work for her size. I think we did more than just changing, maybe we didn't. But changing the cable sort of means the instructions quite different in terms of like, it says do this, and then cable, but you obviously, anyway. So it's been a really interesting challenge to sort of work out how to get that going. And I'll have to admit that I think I am likely to do a very similar jumper sometime next year because I think it looks so cool. This is in Cascade 220. I don't know what color. Oh, I do. So I wind the balls up for her because I have a skein winder. And so I do it for her. But this is the color 9326. Not very helpful. And I just wind them up for her and then put the tag in the center, which I need to put back in so that she can still center pull this one. But yeah, I've never used Cascade 220, but it's very cool, and I'm very happy with how that's looking. Well, I'm very happy. I think she's very happy. Nice Italian bind off. Everything's good. So yeah, it's very nice to, when she comes down, we do a lot of knitting, which luckily the other two don't seem to mind too much, but a lot gets done. So yeah, that's basically what we're up to. I probably will try and film a little bit more B-roll over the next, day or so, and then hopefully this video will go up tomorrow, and then it'll be 1 more week. I guess I'll do about 3, or I might make next week's one come out Christmas Eve. Not sure. but I don't think I'm likely to have less on in the next week. Like I think there'll be a lot of randomly going to the beach with friends and then sort of getting all ready for Christmas and that kind of thing, which is really lovely. So I'm sort of glad that we do that. Life gets a bit chaotic, because I think then after Christmas it's going to get very chill, and we've got sort of both my partner and I have 3 weeks off and he has 4 weeks off, some of which is company shutdown and some of which I just like spending time with family, and that will be much more chill, so that's really nice. Anyway, so that's sort of what's been going on around here. Hope that you're having a lovely December, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.